think for the future, I hope that the vaccine works. We've been asked what we'll do with this if the vaccine comes along and makes a marvelous cure or whatever. There will still be a lot of orphans who will need looking after, and AIDS-related illnesses still hanging around. People, when they hit that low of terminal illness, it takes them a long time to get up again. It's not impossible, but they'll still need help and care. And should there be a marvelous cure found that everybody's running around healthy in a year or two, which is impossible, there's still the disabled who could use this facility.
The nomadic cattle herders of the Sahel, the Fulani, have a very particular view of death. Their first distinguished deceased person was the biblical figure Abel. He took care of the goats while his brother Cain was a farmer. According to the Fulani, Abel's goats entered Cain's lands and ate the harvest. When Cain protested, Abel simply laughed, trying to make light of the situation. That is why Cain killed him, because Abel laughed at him.
We do not believe in life after death. We do not worship our ancestors. For us, it is important to have many children so that they remember our name. A man without children dies 2 times.
The Fulani celebrate life and death with the same lack of transcendence. Their wedding feasts are also a celebration which honors the beginning of the period of death. They are held at the end of the rainy season, which crosses over into the start of the dry season, when the death of the weakest men and animals is inevitable. The infant mortality rate among the nomads of the Sahel is twice as high as those in the sedentary rural communities, and 5 times higher than those in the cities, like Bamako and Niamey.
Due to the death of our children, we have considered abandoning this life in order to emigrate to the cities. I once went to Niamey and had to fill out a form for the census record. The first question asked if I had children, and the second one asked if any of them were still alive.
En Afrique ici, la joie se traduit par le tam-tam.
Here in Africa, happiness is transmitted by means of the tam-tam, and sadness is also transmitted by means of the tam-tam. Everything that comes from deep down inside us is transmitted by means of the tam-tam. Death is transmitted through the tam-tam. This means that a griot tells the story of the person who's passed away through the different rhythms that he plays and the different sounds that he produces. My husband died a year ago. We have been saving and waiting for the moment when everyone can come so that we can celebrate his funeral.
C'est-à-dire, il y a un langage.
There is a specialized language that a griot plays in order to announce the death of a leader.
Après cette annonce,
After this announcement, the people will follow him in order to attend the funeral.
Issa Sanu is getting ready to attend the funeral of his uncle.
Bonjour les musiciens.
Bonjour.
Hello.
Issa,
Ça va?
ça va bien?
Ça va très bien.
Bonjour.
Et vous?
Bonjour.
Et la danseuse, où elle est?
Ouais, elle est là.
Ah,
He
maman.
left his small village years ago and moved to the city, to Bobo Dioulasso.
Ça va bien?
Just like other young boys of his village, he believed that his future only made sense if he were to take on the new challenges of modern life. His dream was to become a musician, and so he joined a band, which at present performs in the bars of Bobo Dioulasso. He now is called upon his group to return to his village in order to perform at his uncle's funeral.
Mon oncle était très gentil.
My uncle was very friendly, very strict, and he did not like the fact that the boys did not want to carry on the tradition.
Mais la seule chose qu'il n'a pas aimé,
The only thing he could not stand was that I did not carry on the forge.
il n'aimait pas ça beaucoup. Au djembé, tu
But
trouves
in
un fer
djembé,
dedans,
there are
que les
also
forges
pieces of iron
fabriquent.
manufactured by blacksmiths, and their
Alors,
sound is
quand
similar
on
to
tape
those of
le
our
djembé,
blacksmiths.
C'est la même chose comme les forges.
There was a time when the blacksmiths had a lot of power, and we still have it. The kings trusted us because we worked with metal and we forged the weapons that granted them power. We were their right-hand men. My brother was a great blacksmith, a magician.
Lorsque il y a bagarre,
If there is an argument between two people, only a blacksmith is able to resolve the dispute,
à finir cette bagarre. Même
even
s'il y a
if there is a
une
death
mort,
involved.
le forgeron est apte normalement. Donc c'est lui qui
He is the
détient
one who has
la
the power of
force
reconciliation.
de la réconciliation.
He has the
Il
power
détient
over the
la
other
force
castes.
entre les autres castes.
They are people who laugh at bullets, since they possess a kind of magic that keeps the bullets from penetrating their bodies. These people make fun of fire, since they dominate it.
Facilement s'amuser avec le feu.
The blacksmith women come together in the morning to mold the clay and to make the jugs that are needed for producing the millet beer, which is very typical at their funerals.